Oilersnation Everyday with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
Stan Bowman just announced that the Oilers have signed Liam Horrobin to a contract extension. Who won't this guy sign? Let's get into it with the lead. Welcome into Oilersnation Everyday. The show is coming to you live from the Sports Closet studio. Not only is tonight opening night the return of hockey season, but it's the return of the Kingsway location, newly renovated and back open for business. And just a reminder, those beautiful new alternate jerseys, they are releasing in-store and online in 4 days at our friends at the Sports Closet.
Open today,
Sports Closet.
Well, that's pretty good timing.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
Giddy up.
To, you said his name, yes. Noah. I'm assuming he runs everything.
We have a $25 Sports Closet gift card to give away a little bit later on in the show.
Already.
You guessed the player. You nailed it.
You didn't tell me. I guessed it, though,
Yep.
so...
The show is a presentation of Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. It was the topic of our lead, but the Oilers kicking off the first game day of the year with a little bit of breaking news. Mattias Ekholm has been signed to a 3-year extension. It comes with a $4 million AAV. The defenseman set to be a UFA at the end of the season. Well, set to be a UFA. He is no more. He will be an Oiler until 35, 36, 37, through his age 38 season. Really good stuff here from Stan Bowman. We're going to talk about it from a bunch of different angles and be joined by Jeff Marek in about 10 minutes time, 8 to 10 minutes time. Jeff Marek is going to swing by and give us his take on the McDavid number, the Ekholm number, touch on maybe even Brett Kulak's future with the Edmonton Oilers. Whole bunch of stuff with Jeff Marek. And on a day when one Oilers defenseman signs an extension, why not go to a former Oiler for some analysis? And that would be Ladislav Smid. He'll be our second guest of the day, joining us at about 12:45. It is a game day edition of the show. It is a Battle of Alberta on deck tonight between the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames. And it just feels good that hockey's back.
It does feel nice. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I might cough. I don't even have a cough. It just seems to be when I get on this damn show, all of a sudden my throat just gets clogged up. I was getting nervous, I guess.
I thought you were doing that to I thought you were going to say something bold and prolific about the start of the hockey season. You just had to clear your throat.
I just had a bit of a cough. My bad. Thank you everyone for coming back to the show today. First game of the season, of course.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Last night's 3 hockey games. Not bad. One dull one, I think is fair to say.
Yeah.
But good to have the NHL back. I'm more excited about this home opener today than I was pre-Monday.
Yes. Oh, my God. It's not even close. If we were to throw numbers on it, going to bed Sunday night, Tyler, how excited are you? I mean, keep in mind at that point, the Jays are up 2-0 on the Yankees. Tyler, how excited are you for hockey season on Wednesday? 3 out of 10. McDavid signs, Ekholm signs, watching the boys, practice combinations, all this stuff. Let's go. 9 out of 10 for tonight.
Oh, I think I'm a 10.
10?
I'm very much a 10. I was like, I did watch most of the Kings-Avs game last night, and I think I showed my level of excitement. I usually don't sit down and watch many other teams play, go out of my way to do it. If they're on, I'll flick it on, whatever. But yeah, last night I stood there. Oh, I didn't stand. I sat and watched, and now I'm ready to go. I'm very excited about tonight's game, especially against the Calgary Flames.
Good one.
Thank you.
You got him. Friend Dustin Wolf. Did you see he used my voice in his hype video?
I did. You know what the funny part about it was? So I saw you post that video, and I really thought it was going to be a clip of you ripping him. Just being like, these are my haters.
So what's actually pretty funny about it, so Dustin Wolf posted his own little preseason montage video. Very well done. Had Post Malone in the background. But it's a clip of me going, Dustin Wolf is a superstar. Mm-hmm. And if you were to actually go watch the clip, it's me doing my buy or sell segment where I'm presenting it as a question. So it's me asking the question, but he just cut out the part at the end where I kind of say buy or agree or disagree.
A bit of a lame thing for a player to put out.
Who cares? He's fired up. He's got the bag.
No,
he's a starting goalie.
I want to put him down.
Okay.
Doesn't play for Edmonton. He's going to have a sophomore slump.
Yep.
Get ready to pick the puck out of your net tonight and be sat on the bench in the third period.
Bold proclamation, Leo.
Why not?
Game day bets coming up a little bit later on. I already told you about the guest, a sports closet giveaway, but let's kick off the show with our Sherwood Ford Giant Question. It's brought to you by our friends at, well, guess who? Sherwood Ford. Whoa. The Giant Dealer Day is coming on October 18th. Yes, that is just around the corner. Yes, that is only 10 days away. They encourage you to bring a food donation for their charity food drive. And in return, you can take advantage of the ticket prizes they have for both Ford and hockey fans of Edmonton. Dealer Days, Saturday, October 18th from 1 till 3. The Sherwood Ford Giant Question today is obvious. What do you make of the Mattias Ekholm extension? And I'll be honest, if you would have told me before this to guess what his AAV would be on a 3-year deal, I probably would have guessed $5 million. And I'll be totally honest, I probably wouldn't have been okay with it at that number. We've talked about this a lot over the last, honestly, 6 to 8 weeks, saying there really isn't much of a need to commit to Ekholm yet because you do not know how he's going to look this year. He's coming off a significant injury. He's 35 years old. His play declined when he returned in the Stanley Cup Final. $4 million bucks. That's third pairing defenseman money in today's NHL. Go look at what the Kings gave Ceci and Dumoulin and all of those guys. Go look at what, a guy like, and this isn't like a slanderous statement, but like go look at what a guy like Eric Goodbranson makes. Like this is 4 or 5 defenseman money. Maybe third pairing is a little bit too far, but like this is 4 or 5 defenseman money. If Mattias Ekholm can just he doesn't need to get back to Mattias Ekholm level.
No.
If he's 80% of what he's been so far as an Oiler, this is a great contract.
I agree. I'm surprised it happened when it did. I won't lie, but when we speak about it the other day, just saying how it felt like everyone else who was unrestricted or willing, needing a new contract was a bit of a wild card. You didn't fully know what you were going to get from them. And Ekholm, for me, was probably the biggest one. And it's not based off him, like on what his body of work. It's based off what happened the last time we saw him play. And I know that's the most intense hockey you can get.
Yeah.
But he was bad. You could argue he cost them probably too many goals. And maybe that's why they lost the Stanley Cup Final. I'm not putting it all on him, but I think the cost is fine. It's 3 years, so they can get the AAV down. And Aaron made a good point before the show, and we've talked about it a lot too, but just him and Warman, essentially just the same combination of money they've all been making with the slight inflation of the cap going up. I think it's probably, 1.6 million more, because combined they would be 11 million. Before they were 6 to 3.4.
Yeah, so 9.4 to 11.
So that's a pretty good piece of business, I would say. I agree with what you're saying too, of if he progressively gets worse, which he probably will, he's 35 at the end of the day, just turned 35, and he becomes a 4 or 5 guy, then so be it. I'm very curious about the Brett Kulak thing, which we'll get into a little bit later. But again, my final point will be, I thought this was going to come a little bit later, just so we could all make sure this guy could still play at a high level.
But I do think there may have been an angle of if he came back and played at a high level, you don't get him for this.
Yeah, there's a devil's advocate side of it too.
And let's be totally honest here. If he isn't good the next 2 years, your hip hurts, right?
His hip might get really sore.
It's also very tradable. I know it comes with a no movement clause.
No move, yeah.
But still, like, again, if he's bad in year 2 of this deal, heading into year 3, you just go like, where do you accept to go? And he goes, Nashville's rebuilding. I'll just go back there.
Do you fair enough. Do you think it's a good thing that the Oilers have locked up so many pieces on their blue line? Because right now, the only guy, the key piece who isn't in is Brett Kulak again. Bit of report on that, but like, Bouchard till 2029, Nurse till 2030, Mattias Ekholm until 2029, Warman obviously 2030. So you got your top 4 today locked in.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Was it broke?
No. I think it's one of the better blue lines in the NHL when all those guys are playing well. So like, lock them in, get that cost certainty. And again, like, if you want to go upgrade at some point in the next 18 months, like, you have versatile pieces. Walman can play the right side or the left side. Ekholm, he'll get to a point in his career where he can play on the top pair with Bush, or you'd have him on a shutdown third pairing with whoever. There's room to still move in here.
There was a comment there from Brian. I think it's interesting. He said, Kulak is ultimately replaceable.
Yep.
Agreed. But the counterpoint of it is, look at the players who got paid this summer on the blue line, who I would say Kulak's better than pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
And if you go to the market and you need to fill that role, you're paying $4.5 million for a Cody Ceci, a Ryan Lindgren,
Kulak could get 5 on the open market.
It definitely could. And that's why I would opt to always keep Kulak over, and I don't know who the players are on the market. I'm just saying from last year.
Yeah.
That's what it's better to keep him because you know what you've got. And he's only 31.
But do you want to pay Brett Kulak $5 million knowing his ceiling is your third pairing left shot defenseman?
No, but I'd be willing to pay him 4.5 for a couple more years.
So then the question gets flipped onto, is he willing to take a hometown discount as well?
I would think yes, if reports are already coming through.
Yeah, maybe. Like if they were to get him under 4.5, I think that's tremendous work.
Yeah, I do as well. I think if they were, I think it might be about a 4-year deal.
First guest here? All right. We'll get to him in a couple of minutes here. I think I did tell him 12:15, so that's on me. So if you guys missed it, I can give you the reporting from one Ryan Rashog, who talking a little bit about Kulak. He said, quote, "Sounds like there have been some extension discussions with Kulak camp, but nothing imminent. Will be interesting to see which way he goes with it. Free agent D market might be something enticing to explore for him, but his role with Edmonton is important, and he has a chance to win. Excellent playoff performer and great skater." So again, Wallman being able to flip to the right side, even Kulak to some extent, if they don't mind that being able to flip to the right side, that does open you up to like, the door is not slammed shut on him coming back because you have Ekholm signed and because you have Wallman signed. Like, I can see a path to it. I just really think from the Oilers' perspective, it only makes sense if he's coming in at a pretty good hometown discount. Here's a good question to flip to you.
Okay.
What is the % chance that these defensemen are the starting 6 defensemen 12 months from now? Bush, Nurse, Ekholm, Wallman, Regula, Emberson. They're the...
I feel like you missed a player.
No, those are the 6 they have signed. Bouchard, Ekholm, Nurse, Wallman.
Kulak, my apologies.
Yeah. But like, what are the chances? Like, Kulak's gone, and just those are your 6 next year.
Yeah, I mean, what's Regula on right now?
Regula's 7 or 7.
Another year, 7. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to save a little bit of cash, it's not. It's going to really determine how Regula goes, right? Like, I think, and that's why I do find it interesting to locking these guys up right now, because there is some guys in there who are like, what if Emerson takes a big step? What if Regula takes a big step? And then you can be like, oh, we can play this guy every single night. He's a great penalty killer, and we know what we're getting. He's just Brett Kulak, but $3 million cheaper.
Maybe.
So, percentage, I would put it
above
below
50. I'm above 50.
I would put it just below. I'd say about 40. I do think in favor of Kulak.
I'll go 60.
Damn. Split.
Interesting. Before we get to Jeff, can I tell you my brand new least favorite narrative that makes me roll my eyes every single time? Well, they're just wasting the money they saved on McDavid.
I had someone tweet that at me today.
Someone in the chat, and listen, I love you, chat. You guys are great. You're our friends. Why would they sign Kulak to that? That's just wasting the money you saved on McDavid. You got to sign players. You need players on your hockey team.
It's cheaper to sign players on your roster than go to the market and get
Totally. And like, already.
This roster's also been to back-to-back Cup Finals.
Correct.
The Oilers.
Add that, yes.
I thought they were done.
You saved $6 million on McDavid. You just gave it to Wallman? What the hell? Why would you spend that money right away? They have lots of money next summer. It's fine. You need good players on your roster. Sign them. Good Lord. I hate it.
Someone made a comment yesterday, too, of like, oh, well, you can move Nurse's contract next summer. Incorrect. It's 2028 when he finally gets a 10-team list. Couple more years of that.
All right, let's get out to the Star Mechanical guest line. They're Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company. You can find out more by visiting them online at starmechanical.ca. Jeff Marek is the host of The Sheet. If you want to go back, listen to his episode from today. He had Brian Burke, Nick Alberga on. Nick Alberga just reeling after the McDavid extension, right, Jeff?
Yeah, he's got to recalibrate everything. Now he's pushed it back. I can't remember how many days it is, like 900 and something. The countdown changes. Berkey was interesting. He thought Kyle Connor left money on the table. When thinking about Connor McDavid leaving money on the table, he thinks that Kyle Connor could have, and he probably could have, going to market this summer. That was an intriguing one from Berkey today. And the point when I brought up the Connor McDavid contract, what do you think the first thing out of Brian Burke's mouth was when I brought up, oh, look at this, it's unprecedented, we don't see players doing this? What was the first thing that Brian Burke grumbled about?
Was it an expletive?
Sidney Crosby.
That's fair.
Crosby did the same thing. Crosby doesn't get any. This is my nickel and dime Brian Burke. Crosby doesn't get any credit. All you guys. Hey, can I bring up a name?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are closer to it than I am. Atro Lampinen. Is he going to be on this team?
No.
This year?
I don't think he plays good enough defense yet. I think eventually he maybe can be more in the conversation, but that would be my worry about him right now.
There are two players that I'm wondering about the first 25 games in Bakersfield about. What if the defenseman has a good 25 games? And what if Connor Ingram has a really good 25 games?
I was going to say, what's the deal with Connor Ingram? Like, is he able to play right away? I don't know how much he skated. Someone asked me that this morning, too. But I know he's on the roster, but they still have 3 goals.
I'll piggyback on that a little bit and just throw a whole bunch at you at once. Like, is there a plan with him once they do get him up to speed? Is it like Pickard or Skinner have to lose their job before Ingram gets a look? Or are they maybe going to sit there and, like, once he's played 15 games, if it's good, are they just going to come up and maybe even go 3 goalies for a bit?
You know what we've totally forgotten about? How good peak Connor Ingram actually is. Like, we've really forgotten quickly how good this goaltender can be. And you listen, you worry about the person first before the player, and you hope that everything's straightened out and everything's good in his life, and the performance is second. But I think I don't think that this was a move just to have an AHL goalie. Oh, just a depth move, Edmonton Oilers. I know they want to sort of tamp down expectations for Connor Ingram, but I don't know, man. Like, what if he just goes lights out in the American League for 25 games?
And I do think, like, part of the reason they went about it the way it did, I don't think they want to disrupt that room. Calvin Pickard is loved, and you're not going to come into the year and move on from Stuart Skinner right out of the gate. I'm not saying they won't at some point, but going about it this way gives you the chance to, like, I feel like you can justify it to Connor and the guys in the room and be like, I know you guys love Calvin Pickard. This guy has a 945 in the American League. We have to bring him up.
And here's a guy that fights around screens. Like, you need guys like that, especially against teams like, I mean, big physical. This is the thing, too. One of the things that goalie coaches have always mentioned, like, look for the guys that fight around screens, that battle through screens, and don't just kind of stand there and try to block. When you're playing, the Oilers know this all too well now. When you're playing against teams like the Florida Panthers, you're playing against teams like the Vegas Golden Knights, when you're playing against the teams that like park bodies in front of you, you have to have goalies that fight around screens. You just have to, and that was, you know, one of the criticisms that we heard about Pickard. I don't know, like, I just think that there are some things that are obvious and some things that are sort of low key with this Oilers team. That they're like, I heard the conversation about Brett Kulak a couple of seconds ago, and you know, I, like many, wonder, you know, if they're going to be able to do anything here. Where are they going to get the cap space from? You know, like Kulak at, was it 2.75? Could that be a place? And you know, then you look at Lappinen, and maybe that's a cost savings of, what is it, guys, like 1.7, 1.8 million dollars. Like, that could be one place you do it. Like, Edmonton's a fascinating team for a lot of reasons. One, because it's cup or bust. Two, because, you know, every day they're making headlines with their signings. And three, even underneath all of that, there's these other little stories. And then there's, you know, what you were talking about a second ago. Where do they spend this money in the off season? You know, I know the name Alex Tuck has come up, and rightfully so. We've heard that in a couple of different places. You know, his wife is from Western Canada. I believe she's BC. And, you know, it's not as if the Buffalo Sabres are, you know, lighting the NHL on fire. He still hasn't signed an extension with the Buffalo Sabres. His salary cap is going up. I don't know. That one seems kind of hand to glove. Part of me looks at, you know, Adrian Kempe with the Los Angeles Kings. Who knows how LA is going to look? But if there's anybody that's going to be able to keep up with Connor McDavid on a line, it's probably Adrian Kempe. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, it's like the Oilers are, anytime you have, you know, two of the best players in the league, you're going to be the most interesting team in the league. But somehow the Edmonton Oilers have made themselves even more interesting than they were 5 days ago, 15 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. It's like every couple of minutes there's a new headline coming out of this organization.
There's been, you know, some reporting that the first time the Oilers kind of heard a number from McDavid was like Monday morning when Judd calls Stan and says, like, it's 12.5. You said what Berkey, his first words when hearing the McDavid number.
Crosby.
Like, what do you think Stan Bowman's first words were? Do you think there was legitimate shock, or was there maybe a sense in the organization that, like, Connor's going to come in low?
I think that they were shocked. I think that I don't think that they were as shocked as we were, because they're a lot closer to Connor, specifically Jeff Jackson, his former agent at Wasserman, and understanding what his motivations are. Like, so the day that it would have been yesterday. So yesterday, when I was on with you and Carter on DFO Live, I was talking to someone in the morning. I'm like, and I mentioned this, saying like, what should our takeaway be here? Like, what should the lesson of what Connor McDavid just be like? Because this person really knows Connor well. And this person said to me, like, look, what this means is when Connor McDavid makes up his mind, you can't change it. Like, I'm sure there were people, like, just for a sec, guys, like, do you not think that there were people in his orbit that said, you can't do this? This needs to be 17. This needs to be 18. You're Connor McDavid. I'm sure you guys got, similar texts from various agents like I did saying, like, that's an awful contract. Like if Bob Goodenow was running the Players Association, there's no way this would happen, right? It's a great contract for general managers. It's a great contract for fans. Is it a great contract for Connor McDavid? And my answer to that is yes. It's a great contract for Connor McDavid because what he wants isn't just dollars and cents. That's all going to take care of himself. He's singularly focused on winning the Stanley Cup and giving the Edmonton Oilers the best chance that they have, his team, to win the Stanley Cup. There's one person in Vegas who hates it when I refer to the Vegas Golden Knights as ruthless, but I mean it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Like, they have this ruthless pursuit of the Stanley Cup. They're not interested in feelings. And they don't care if they break some of the china in the shop. They don't care. They are just singularly focused on winning the Stanley Cup. And I'll put Connor McDavid in that ruthless category as well. This is a guy that said, I am going to be your state tax discount with my contract. I am putting my contract up against all those deals signed in Florida. I am your state tax balance here. You can have your state tax in Florida. That's fine. I'm going to do this organization and this fan base a solid. I am your tax-based discount. Let's level the playing field, starting with me. I have a question for you guys.
Oh,
Sure.
go ahead.
Really quick. Sorry, Liam. Real quick. By the way, great Jasper Bear sweater.
Thank you. It's very
Can I throw one thing at? I've heard, like I was saying today on the sheet, the loudest I've ever heard in an arena was Montreal Bell Center. It wasn't for a hockey game. It was for George St. Pierre versus Diaz. I've never heard an arena that loud. But hockey. Back in 2006, when I was working at CBC, me and Tracy Lightfoot, who was my producer, and Colleen Jones, who was hosting Morning Sports with Heather Hiscox, went to Edmonton for games, the Anaheim series and the San Jose series. That's the loudest I've ever heard a hockey arena. Ever. Full stop. How loud is it going to be when Connor McDavid gets introduced tonight?
We were talking about that too.
How loud?
I think it's going to be crazy.
Is it gonna
I think
be
everyone's going to be on their feet, and I think it's going to be somewhat of like a playoff vibe.
Now,
Like, thank you so much.
Thank you. And I do
going to
think
be
I
okay.
think-
So there's going to be two. I see two chants. There's going to be thank you, Connor, and I think there's also going to be 12.5.
And then
Do you think
MVP,
we get
may as well throw it
12.5
in.
chance? Why
12.5
not? Like
would be
take your pick. 12.5. Like if it were Winnipeg, there'd be 12.5 chance.
Yeah.
They're like the most creative fans in the NHL. I wonder if we have something similar with the Oilers.
It's going to be a pop. I bet you
Long-winded
it'll
answer. I apologize.
It'll break McDavid a little bit. I bet you he gets a little smirk or we see some sort of emotion out of
hope
him. Because usually when he does get those big cheers, he remains pretty like straight-faced and whatever. But back to just the number and Connor taking less. Do you think we saw some of the trickle down of Connor taking less today with Mattias Ekholm, where like I wouldn't have been surprised if it was 4.5 or 5, but he goes 4? Do you think that was discussed earlier and nothing?
No, I think that because like I look at this extension and it's probably, and we all be on the same page. It's probably 1 year too long, right? It's 1 year too long. But then again, you look at where the salary cap is going to be, and if Mattias Ekholm, let's just say by the end of this, when he's 38. By the end of this deal, let's just say he's a third pairing defenseman by that point. Well, a third pairing defenseman are probably going to make $4 million. In a salary cap that's 113, 114 at the upper end. But really, like it's probably 1 year too long. And that's where that number comes from. So I don't know that there was the Connor effect of, yeah, boys, let's all make sure that there's more money on the table here. That this is I was saying on the sheet today, the big winners out of all of this are the big winners and the biggest influence through this entire saga. Who are the big winners here outside of the Oilers and Oilers management? The big winners are
the Golden Knights. They get to maybe sign Eichel cheaper.
Us.
Yeah. There you go.
Us. Because this becomes one of the greatest discussion points we've ever had in this game. Like, I started my career in 1995. This is one of the most interesting discussion points we've ever had in hockey, at least as far as since I've been a professional in this industry. And what it's done is, for every single marketplace, right, 31 other marketplaces, reporters have, and they're the right to do it. You may say, oh, this is low-hanging fruit. I can't believe you would take it. But I'll always tell you, low-hanging fruit is still nutritious. Now you have every single reporter going up to star player on Team X, Dallas Stars, Utah Mammoth, New York Rangers, whatever, and you go to the Star and you say, hey, Artemi Panarin, what do you think of Connor McDavid and what he did with his contract? And it's legit, like it's the right thing to do. And every single answer you get is a headline. Like this McDavid situation is the gift that continues to give. And all week long, we're all dining out on it. And it's fine, because sometimes the obvious question is the right one to ask. Like, media lesson 101 has always been, don't ask, player X after they win a championship, how do you feel right now? Because it's a lazy question. Well, sometimes it's the right question. Just like superstar X, how they feel about McDavid's contract situation. You might think it's a lazy question, but it's not, because it's going to give you an interesting answer. And everyone's got a subtle different perspective on it.
I talked about this on DFO Live today, but I also kind of like that McDavid takes his discount, obviously, like here in Edmonton, and the Oilers are in that cup contender window where they are a bit of a destination now at the new rink. But I also love, like, Kyle Connor signing in Winnipeg, and Hellebuck signed there, and Scheifele signed there. Like, the narrative that, like, oh, people don't want to play there, that'll never fully die. But I feel like it's a nice little win for us in Western Canada that, like, hey, the Stars are sticking around.
You know what Brian said? You know what Bricky said today? He's like, everyone thinks that nobody likes the cold. He goes, the cold. People ask me, did you have a place in Florida? Why would I have a place in Florida? I like the cold. I like being in the, we just assume that nobody likes being in the cold, for crying out loud. But you're right. Listen, I've always maintained that Kevin Cheveldayoff has the hardest job in the NHL as a general manager, and getting people to stay in Winnipeg. And we all understand the challenges associated with that. But if you look at the track record and what Kevin Cheveldayoff was able to do, and he did it again today with Kyle Connor, and you may look at that and go like, maybe that's too much money. No, it's not, even though a comparable would probably be Alex DeBrincat, who's at 7.5 or somewhere in that neck of the woods. They've played almost identical amount of games. I think Kyle Connor has like 20 more goals in his career, but they make a significant different amount of money. I think, guys, what we need to do now is, and we're starting to see it, and we'll probably see it with Eichel as well, and we'll see it with, Natchez, and we'll see it with Kempe, etc. We need to recalibrate what's an overpayment. Like, it feels like a lot of these are overpays outside of Connor, but they're not. When you're looking at a 107 salary cap, they're just not. This is a transition era right now where teams are more interested in just retaining players or acquiring players more so than, well, this one feels like it's too much money. That's where we're at a very interesting place right now with salaries. Fascinating, because this is a transition year. This is a big transition year.
Even with Connor, like, he's just so underrated of how many goals he scores. I just looked it up. Since he came into the league and became a full-time player in the 2017-2018 season, he is 8th in goals with 282. And the players ahead of him are who you would fully expect: Matthews, Draisaitl, Ovechkin, Pasternak, McDavid, McKinnon, Point. Like, how can you overpay for a guy who's scoring that many goals?
Yeah.
It's the hardest thing to do.
So Liam, then, and I know this is sort of historical revisionism here, if you were a team that Kyle Connor was on and you decided to scratch him for a player who couldn't even finish the game, and the game ended up going into overtime, and you wanted someone who could score an easy goal, you might want that guy on the ice. Thank you so much for not dressing Kyle Connor in that game with the Four Nations. For
You know what,
exactly
Jeff?
the reason you talked about, Liam.
Yeah, I take it one step further. Really tell him how much you didn't want him to play by don't sending him to the Olympics.
Yeah, he
Stay
doesn't
at
need to go to
home.
Milan.
You don't need to go, Kyle.
He likes Winnipeg.
Yeah, and you don't need Tage Thompson either. You made the right choice last year. The Four Nations, leave Tage Thompson at home, too, said the Canadian hockey fans.
I want to send you off with one more question. It's something I wanted to ask you on DFO Live, but
Okay.
we ran out of time. What's one storyline, and this is kind of like a league-wide thing, what's one story we're not talking about enough or casual hockey fans aren't talking about or hearing about enough?
Ooh.
It's a loaded one, I know.
Great. Let me, I listen, I kind of winked at this with Tage Thompson, and that is if the Buffalo Sabres have another season like they've had the past 14 seasons, who sticks around?
Don't laugh.
Who should?
know,
None of
that's
them
one.
have to.
I again, like I wonder about Tage Thompson there. We talk plenty about the Florida Panthers and can they three-peat. We tend to focus more on what's happening up top, but make no mistake about it. It's very, let me put it this way. I wonder if the Buffalo Sabres are having looks at their team, and this is like I'm talking like ownership level, and going in sort of markers of 20 games, 20 games, 20 games, 20 games, and then making their decisions. Because let's not forget, Yaremchuk and Liam is there. And but trust me, people there feel it, that maybe the next general manager is right there. And if the Buffalo Sabres have another poor season, if the Buffalo Sabres have a poor start, do we see the rare in-season firing of a general manager? Now, I want to defend Kevin Adams in one very specific way, and that even though they lose J.J. Peterka to Utah with that trade, and I know Kesselring's hurt right now, but I do think that the Buffalo Sabres are a more complete team given Doan and Kesselring in the lineup. They're a different team, and the 29 goals is going to be tough to replace. You cross your fingers and you hope that Jack Quinn is going to be to have a bounce-back season. But that is still a good trade. Like, I will defend Kevin Adams on that. The problem is that enough? And is that enough, to keep Rasmus Dahlin happy? Is it enough to keep Tage Thompson happy? And then if they're not happy, then you're right back into the same cycle that saw Ryan O'Reilly go to the St. Louis Blues and win the Stanley Cup, and Jack Eichel finally say, no mas, I'm done here.
Yeah, those are fun
Not the
times
most
in
positive
Buffalo.
story. Not the most positive story, but nonetheless. And it's too bad because it's such a great market, right? Like, those are great, like, not just Buffalo Sabres fans, but like hockey fans. Like, those fans will tune into not just Sabres games, but Penguins and Blackhawks. Great. Look at the numbers from Buffalo. They're good. Like, that is a really good hockey fan base that's just had it so bad since the Pagulas bought this team. And who would have thought that when we saw that press conference and there's Gilbert Perreault sitting in the front row and Terry Pagula's got a tear in his eye and he's thinking of the French Connection and whatever. If I wanted to make money, I'll drill another oil well and go spend money. Darcy Regier, and here comes Christian Ehrhoff and Ville Leno, and money's flying around. That we'd still be looking at the Buffalo Sabres and saying, "Man, they got to get in the playoffs this year, right?" It's
Crazy.
bad.
14
It's
years.
bad.
That's bananas. Jeff, 20 minutes always flies by with you. We look forward to doing this every week. Thanks for
boys.
popping on.
Thanks for indulging all my goofy theories. I appreciate it. Thanks, boys. And again, Liam, great sweater, bud. Great
Thank
sweater.
you. I'll always support it.
NationGear.ca. All right. Thanks. See you,
See you,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Thanks, boys.
There you go. Can you imagine you're down by a goal and Knobloch's standing there, looks up, minute and a half left, goalie comes off, and he goes, "All right, Connor Leon Tage."
Can I float an idea to you?
Is it about Tage Thompson? Because it's basically all I want to think about now.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And I don't want to steal the thunder because I saw this idea. I'm sure it was Barn Burner. Usually I strongly disagree with a lot of the stuff those guys say, specifically on the Oilers. The other stuff is fine. What if they moved Buffalo?
Market's too strong.
It's not. They were like bottom 5 in attendance last season.
Yeah, but that's because they stink.
But what was Winnipeg? And I know there's like the corporate sponsor thing, and I don't know that side of it for Buffalo, but like when they moved, like weren't they a very well supported team? Like there's all this conversation of like, we're expanding, but it's Houston, Atlanta, and Phoenix. Are they going to expand 3 teams?
There's no way they'd ever move Buffalo. Because the upside, if you can put a good team in Buffalo, it's sell out every night and all that.
I agree with you 100%. But they never do. You know what I mean? Like, you can talk about, like, what if they do, but it's like, but they never have. Well, they have a very long time ago. But they're one of the most talented teams in the league. Honestly, like, you look at their players, you're like, that guy's awesome, that guy's awesome, that guy's awesome. But somehow they just can never do it. I think it is like an absolute long shot, by the way. But like, if they're looking at the teams, like, it's like, oh, well, it kind of makes sense.
How much do you give up for Tage Thompson?
Everything.
Howard, 2 firsts. I mean, what? Like, where do you even end, right?
The equivalent would be like a Timo Meier, which was Mukamadulin.
Buddy, it's more than Timo Meier.
But that's where you can start. That's like a good building block, I think. Because obviously he has so many years left.
Yeah. God, I hate looking at this Timo Meier trade because there's 40 names.
It was like Mukamadulin, wasn't Zetterlund in it? There's 5 players from it. Like Scott Harrington was one of the players moved, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So if you go Howard is the Mukamadulin piece, former first rounder. Sure. Probably a bit better, obviously, than Mukamadulin.
Yeah, and I would say at that time, too, Simon Nemec was their number 1 defenseman, and Mukamadulin was 2 or 3. I don't know if Luke Hughes was there.
You trade your number 1 prospect. Fabian Zetterlund was in the deal, so who's he now on the Oilers? He's
Zach Podkolzin.
Yeah. So you're going to trade Howard, Podkolzin, a first and a second. Oh my God, I don't even care. Like, just trade everybody if you can get Tage Thompson on your team.
I don't think you would have to trade Howard and Savoy like Mattias Ekholm thought maybe could happen there.
Buffalo probably just wouldn't want Savoy back either.
Yeah, they did trade him at the end of the day. I think you could maybe get away with something like that as a building block, which is, people might not think that's too high, but like, again, you look at that Timo Meier. I know it was a few years ago, but like, I just couldn't think of like an elite player at that level.
Yeah.
Like, was there anyone else you could think of off the top of your head?
I mean, like, just because it's Buffalo traded Eichel and a third.
That wasn't even that bad.
Krebs, Tuck, a first and a second. So again, that's harder to put into Oilers terms because we don't have an Alex Tuck we can trade.
What was Alex Tuck at the time, though?
He was good. Like
he was good. So he's 29 now. So he's just come off an 18-goal season, had a 20-goal season, and a 15-goal season. He was probably about 25 if my math is correct.
He's obviously better than like Podkolzin was, but maybe not as big of a gap as you think at that time.
Yeah, like he's become a 30-goal scorer a couple times now.
Yeah. I mean, I would also take Tuck from Buffalo because he's sweet.
In a heartbeat, yeah.
You'd have to re-sign Tuck. Tage has like 5 more years at $7.1 million.
He is, yeah, his contract ends 2030, which is when everyone on the Oilers contract ends anyway.
$7.1 million. Like, you want to...
27.
He's 27? Like, you want to keep Connor McDavid past his 2-year extension. It gets real easy to do it when you go, Connor, Tage is still only 30. And he just scored back-to-back 48-goal seasons for you or whatever that. Yeah. He would score more than that here. He's a right shot. He's 27. He can play center or the wing.
Taylor brought up a good point. I don't know how I forgot about this guy. Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, that's a big name that was traded recently. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor.
The difference would be expiring deal versus not.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You're not going to find a direct comparison for a Tage Thompson.
So the second Rantanen deal, because the first one, right, it's like Natchez and all of that shit.
Yeah, I think it'd be more the second one because you'd have a player who's like, I am not staying here.
Stankoven, a first, a third, and a conditional first. Stankoven, 2 firsts, 2 thirds.
I'm all in.
So Howard, 2 firsts and 2 thirds. Yep.
Do you know what? Too. No, I won't say. I was going to say maybe you could get rid of one of the firsts because of the potential of Howard, but Stankoven's like a
better than Howard. Yeah.
But you're definitely more established in the NHL. That's a big one.
All right, yeah. 2 things to get to here real quick. One, a super chat from Ravina, who is just the best, kicking off the season in a big way for the Ben Stelter Foundation. She dropped in $139.99 and said, super pumped for this season. Much more enthusiastic than this time last year. LFG, how much did we raise for Ben last year? We were supposed to say it on Friday, and then we never got our email saying it.
I didn't even know we were going to get. I know you mentioned it, but okay, well, we'll find that out. It was a lot. I'll tell you that much. You guys did a fantastic job. We're very appreciative of it. I know Aaron gets a ton of them on his pre and post game shows.
Can't wait to start it up tonight.
Yep.
Pre and post game tonight. Oilers Nation, you got Coombsy with you tonight.
Coombsy, a little bit of Brett action. We're back at Greta. Feels good to be back. You got the McDavid, you got the Wallman, you got the Ekholm.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, I wasn't that looking forward to it. I'm back. I'm ready to go.
We did our giant question earlier. We threw a poll question in the chat as well. That is brought to you by Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. Full boat winterization with free pickup and delivery from Sherwood Power Sports and Marine offers the best boat and marine winterizing services in all of Alberta. Whether it's a outboard, stern drives, V-drives, jets, wake boats, personal watercrafts, they can do it all for you at Sherwood Power Sports and Marine. So I put the poll in. What do you make of the Ekholm deal? Your options were bargain, just right, or too much. 61% said just right. 29% said bargain. 10% said too much. Just right's probably a decent one. Talking to Jeff a little bit. He's probably right. Maybe a year too long.
But I think that's fine. I think that's good. Otherwise, you're looking at 4.5. You know what I mean? I think that's good.
Last year, we raised $10,000 for the Ben Stelter Foundation.
Well done, everyone.
Good job, YouTube.
Thank you. That was very kind of everyone to do that.
That's great. You guys are very supportive.
Yeah, Mark requests we continue to talk about Tage Thompson. Hopefully, we can continue the conversation as the season goes
All
on.
I care about now is the Sabres being bad.
How do they start the season? Let's have a quick peek here.
I hope they start the season Colorado, Dallas. Those are Western Conference teams. I hope they're 0-20, and I hope
Colorado's their third game of the season, so not bad. Good estimate.
there you go.
They have the Rangers tomorrow, at home, and then Boston. They could be 2-0 start of the year, to be honest. But then they go Avalanche, Ottawa, Senators, Montreal, Detroit, Toronto. They actually have we'll see. We'll know who they are. If they come out of October 500, they might be okay. That means if they come out of October 500, they will be Utah from last season. We'll put up a good fight against good teams and beat all the bad teams.
And we can get Tage Thompson in the summer. I'll wait for a guy like Tage. Tage, I'll wait for you, buddy.
I will too. Take up a first-round pick when we get you in the summer as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to be joined by Ladislav Smid in a couple of minutes. So our second guest of the day there. YouTube chat, by the way, brought to you by our friends at Odd Company Brewing and the Nation Beer Everyday Lager, a crisp, clean lager crafted not just for game day, but for every day. Find them at one of their 2 locations in Edmonton. Yeah, Craig McNamara in the chat. You would need to move cap space to get Thompson this season. Next season is easy, 100%. We also had someone in the chat who was like, is the guy in the hat the Oilers Nation guy?
Yeah, like the guy talking in the YouTube. That's actually typically me or Aaron.
Yeah, that's I usually don't say much in there. I make the polls, but that's usually Aaron or Liam talking to you guys in the YouTube chat as Oilers Nation. Someone else said at least Tyler's not wearing a shitty Blue Jays hat. I am. This is a Blue Jays hat.
Blue Jays hat. Go Jays.
This is the City Connect cap.
All Texas Tech, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. You're not trading Nuge. No. He's such a good contract. And like also, we had someone else who was like, you need to offer Henrique, Janmark, and they listed off 5 brutal guys for Alex Tuck.
It was Henrique, Lazar, and Josh Brown. I don't think
nope.
Going also, too, like moving Josh Brown
is pointless.
Pretty much does nothing.
It doesn't free up money.
No, because he's buried. So you got to look at money on the thing. I did think it was interesting what Jeff said about Kulak and like Otto Lepinen. Atro Lepinen. I always get his name wrong. I don't know. Like I'm not as high on him as other people are. Like I like Kulak because you know what you've got, and I know the Oilers like to play a strong defensive game, and they like to get pucks up ice. And I know Lepinen can do one side of that, but he needs to establish himself as a defensive guy first.
He needs a season in Bakersfield, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with needing a season in Bakersfield.
No.
All right, let's go back out to the Star Mechanical guest line, Edmonton's #1 plumbing and heating company, and one of Edmonton's biggest locally owned and operated businesses. They've been working with the community for more than 20 years, and they don't have expensive rates. They focus on being as cost-conscious as they can be for you, the customers. We welcome in former Edmonton Oilers defenseman Laddie Smid to the show. Always fun to have Laddie in the mix here. Laddie, how was your summer?
Hey boys, summer was good, quick though, really fast. I went to Czech for the Hlinka Gretzky Cup for working with the U18 national team. So that was, I spent about a month there. So it was really long. My older kids had to stay behind, so it's kind of rough. But great experience again. I got to see my family, and like I said, it just flew by so quick, and now finally the season's back.
I was going to say, well, the summers keep flying by when the Oilers play till basically fucking July. But it's good to have them back in the mix. Home opener tonight. The question we kind of have been asking everybody the last 3 days, what was your first reaction when you saw the $12.5 million price tag for McDavid?
Amazing. Like, it's just... Everybody kept asking me, like, I met Connor, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago at this event, and we were asking him questions about the team, obviously not about the contract, because he was getting questioned every morning. So we don't want to be that people. But yeah, you know what? People kept asking me, like, what is he waiting for? Is he going for a max contract? And I had a feeling that it was never about the money. It's more about the team and winning the Stanley Cup, and he proved me right. Great deal, one of the best deals you're ever gonna see going down in history. It's all about winning for him. So he took a kind of hometown discount to give the team the flexibility to sign people around him, and we can already see what the Edmonton Oilers did, right? Signing Wallman, Ekholm. Basically Wallman's deal is part of McDavid's deal. Like, you're getting a really good defenseman for good money, and now Ekholm is signed. So hats off to Connor McDavid. That just shows everybody, that the whole hockey world, that he's all about the winning. It's not about the money. He knows. Everybody knows he's gonna make his money. Like, for me, he's probably the best. Nothing. I don't want to take anything away from Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux, these guys, but when you look at him as a player, like, there never been a more skilled player in the history of hockey. So he's gonna make his money on endorsements. He's gonna sign a big contract, but he wants to win here in Edmonton, and that's what's important. And he's very driven. I talked to some of the guys after the captain skates, and they were telling me, like, how intense those skates were before the camp. Like, and it's because Connor drives the train, right? He holds everybody accountable. He sets the tone on and off the ice, and it's great to see.
I kind of ask a follow-up similar to that, but like, when he takes less money like that, and I know guys aren't in the room looking in everyone's pockets, seeing how much everyone's making, but like, when Connor took that discount to win here, it's got to be motivating for those guys even lower in the lineup to be like, man, like, I better be forechecking. I better be doing everything I can to help us and to help Connor win, because he's willing to take $6 million off his paycheck for the next 3 seasons.
I couldn't agree more, man. Like, yeah, it sets the tone for the whole team, and it's not just the contract, but the last few seasons you can tell in Connor's game, like, he could be the guy who's gonna generate 150, 160 points, cheat the game, and no, he plays the right way. He gets on the forecheck, he gets in the dirty areas, he does little things right. And he wouldn't have to, but he wants to win. So if you have a captain, your leader, number one guy doing that, then everybody better follow. Like, or you feel like an idiot, to be honest. And you have 2 guys now. You have Leon doing the same thing. He's in a Selke consideration. Year after year, he said before the season that he would like to win it at some point as well. That's big. So they don't want to cheat the game. They want to play the right way. They know what it takes, right? Like, I hate talking about Florida, but you have to give them a lot of respect the way they play. They don't do anything extraordinary. They just do everything right. All those little small things, little details, they just do it right. And I think we don't have to copy what they're ultimately, right? But you should take a few pages from their book and, try to implement it in your game.
Mm-hmm. I always find that the conversations over the summer, like, people have undervalued how good the Oilers' blue line actually is, because we weren't able to see it as full potential in the final with Ekholm being injured. But now they've re-signed Wallman, Ekholm's back. It looks like they're going to re-sign Kulak as well, potentially, from the Richard report this morning. Like, what do you make of that? Do you think it's a good idea that they try and keep everyone together and just go for it again with the same group?
I think so. And if anything, like, I would just add probably at the trade deadline. Obviously, like, everybody talks about right-handed defensemen, and it would probably help. But for now, like, I'm pretty happy with the decor. Like, they have been together for a while. Obviously, Bowman came a little bit late, but that deal he signed, it gives him security, gives the security to the team. He's a big body. He can also produce points. He's shown that. Healthy Ekholm, big difference, right? Like, I don't want to assume, but I could tell he wasn't 100% in the playoffs. It wasn't the same Ekholm that we watched the previous seasons. But I'm a huge fan of his. Honestly, always respected him. He is huge. I think he's the captain of the defense when he's healthy, and like, with his experience, with his age. I don't want to say he's too old, but he plays the game the right way. I think he makes Evan Bouchard better. Evan Bouchard makes him better. They just work well together. That's your top D pair. Hopefully he can. I'm gonna knock on something. He can stay healthy all year. And then you have Nurse, you have Wallman, you have Kulak, and then whoever Emberson or Stetcher, whoever is gonna be the sixth guy. But I think the top five are really, really solid. Like, I heard you talking about Koulé. I think Koulé is like, undervalued guy. Like, I know he's 5'6" in the depth chart, but you can slot him in top 4, and he's fine. He keeps it simple. You know what you get from him. He can skate. He can move the puck. He can defend. You can put him in all kind of situations and trust him. So I like him. Obviously the top 4 guys, I think they're really, really solid. Yeah, I said, I'm happy with it. If anything, just add something at the trade deadline, or maybe before, if you can figure something out, right?
I wanted to ask you about Ty Emberson, because I think a lot of people are maybe forgetting about him a little bit. He fell out of favor in the playoffs, but last year was his first full season as an NHL defenseman. And he's not one of those guys that's, getting power play time and putting up a bunch of points. He's someone who, is going to make his impact on the penalty kill and in the D zone and things like that. And I guess maybe even going back to your experience a little bit as a defenseman who, again, thrived on the physicality and the PK and the D zone, going from your first year to a second year, did you feel like a noticeable change in the way the game was kind of going around you?
Sometimes it's harder, and second year might be harder for some, but for some guys it's easier. With that experience, hopefully he can learn a lot from the first year, right? It's not easy also, like, being a first year guy and the team is kind of predicted to be in the Stanley Cup Finals or win the Stanley Cup. So there's extra pressure. Not easy, but again, everybody takes a different path. I would still give him some time. Like he said, it was his first full year. He's, the NHL, the games go so fast. Sometimes you get lost in that, and kind of everything tends to move too fast. Sometimes it's good to just slow it down, work, focus on every day, every practice, every game, not think too much about other stuff. I'm going to be in the lineup, not going to be in the lineup, but just go with it. Listen to the coaches, be around the guys. And I think he's got potential. So again, like, I wouldn't be too critical of him. Second year, probably more expectations, but I think he's got a decent chance to be a regular in the NHL.
I like him. I think he's come over and he's done a pretty solid job. What are you expecting from tonight's game? Obviously, home opener, Edmonton, Calgary. We were looking back. The last time they played Edmonton, Calgary played Edmonton in a home opener at Rogers Place, Connor McDavid had a hat trick. So that's pretty good. Pretty good omen.
Yeah, pretty good omen. Some people call it the Battle of Alberta, laddie. Some people call it the Laddie Smid Bowl as well.
Man, I love, that was, I started my NHL career at Raxel against Calgary. That was my first ever NHL game. That doesn't get better than that, man. And I know the Battle of Alberta is not what it used to be, in the sense of physicality, but on the other hand, there's way more skill these days, So I expect a lot of energy, man. Previous 2 years, high expectation, lost in the Stanley Cup Finals, and now going to the, another season lot of hype. Again, Edmonton is, predicted to be one of the cup contenders, and I don't want to put any extra pressure on them. They know it. But like I said, it doesn't get much better. Battle of Alberta, first game, you should shitload of energy. The fans are gonna be buzzing. I'm excited to watch it myself.
I have the game log up from that NHL debut of yours. What do you remember from that game?
Not much. The one thing I remember was facing against Jerome McGinley. Like watching him as a kid, right? Like he was, always one of the top goal scorers in the NHL. Just physical, like mean on the ice. Even though off the ice he's super nice guy, super polite, but on the ice just a beast. I just felt like it was a huge honor to be like facing off against him, and just the best experience. It doesn't get much better. Actually, David Tomashek was texting me yesterday, and like he's gonna be in the lineup, I guess. So I was just telling him, just enjoy every second of it, every moment, because there's only very few moments in your career that means that much. So he better not be nervous. Just enjoy it. He's played for a while. He's not the young buck anymore. He's an experienced guy, even though this is his first NHL game. But just enjoy every moment.
You guys won your debut, by the way, as well. 3-1.
Yeah,
Peter
we did.
Sikora scored twice.
Oh, Peter. I don't remember, but I remember we won, but I don't know that Siki scored twice. Good for him.
Yeah, you mentioned Tomasek. Yeah. How excited are you to see him in an Oilers jersey? And do you have like any history with him? Did you watch him a lot when he was younger?
You know what? We play against each other in Czech league. He was one of the top goal scorers there, and he played on the Sparta Prague team that was really, really good. They basically ended my career. That was my last game against them in the playoffs. Actually, funny enough, Adam Klapka, who is on the Calgary Flames, he didn't back check, and that was the deciding goal that ended my career. So I always mention it to him when we talk. But yeah, David Tomashek was one of the top guys there, and then obviously I watched him throughout his career. He was always a kind of difference maker in Europe, and then when he came over to Sweden, he really established himself as one of the top European players. So I'm very happy. Not always you're gonna transition the game from Europe to the NHL, but I'm happy he's getting the chance, and hopefully he can stick around and be a regular NHL player.
Laddie, you are the man. We're excited for tonight. We're happy you could pop on and get everybody nice and fired up. The chat loves you. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, boys. I have a good one, and let's go Oilers.
There you go. Laddie Smid. I forget David Tomasek. We had Jeff, between Jeff and Laddie, we haven't done like a lineup report tonight, but Tomasek's in the lineup. He's playing.
Yeah. It's I was just thinking the Oilers have like famously had some like pretty decent Czech players come through. Obviously, Hemsky being another one. Outside of Skor and Laddie. Yeah. But like Tomasek must have been the first one for a while. I couldn't really am I missing someone? I can't think off the top of my head. We were linked with Yager for a few years. He never came.
Yeah, we are always getting Yager. That's pre-social media days too, where it'd be like a write-up in the journal, and it'd be like Oilers might look at Yager, and everyone would be like, "Holy shit!"
I can't think off the top of my head who could possibly. If you have an idea, let me know in the chat. But
I wonder. I'm trying to figure out if there's like a way to
Czech players that played for the Oilers.
24 of them all time, according to Hockey DB. Josef Baranek, Yuri Dopita, Radek Dvorak, someone I've never heard of, Roman Hammerlick, Jan Hejda, Ales Hemsky, Roman Horak, Dominic Cahoon.
What? He was German.
His birthplace on Hockey DB is in the Czech.
But he represents the Germans. So the last Czech player to play for the Oilers was Roman Horak, who ironically wasn't he in the Laddie trade?
Yeah, he might have been.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Alex Pisa, Yaroslav Pozar. Shout out to original Pozar.
There you go.
Vladislav Ruzicka, Yuri Slager, Laddie Smid. There you go. Those are oh no, there's still more. Spacek, Tom Shershin, Peter Sikora. Now we're done.
Okay.
Now there's no more.
So the last time a Czech player played for the Oilers was like 2013.
Yeah.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
Mattias Ekholm speaking to the media, quote, I just wanted to retire in Edmonton. That's the whole goal. That's the purpose of this deal. We'll see at 39 if I have another year in me, but let's start with this and see where it goes.
Maybe development coach?
Yeah. Hey, we always need scouts in Kelowna.
Hey, Duncan Keith will welcome you.
Yeah, you can stay at Duncan's place. Should we give away our $25 gift card to the Sports Closet?
Yeah. Did you get me one too?
You can have the $20 that's in my wallet.
Finally.
I'm joking. All right. We are going to do and I think this will be the way we give them away all the time, a player who's played in both Edmonton and Calgary. And then when they go play whoever next, it'll be a player who's played in Edmonton and Vancouver. But
okay.
I'll give you your hints. Number one is obviously this player played for both the Flames and Oilers, but he played just one season in Edmonton. Also, it's going to be the first person to put it in the chat wins the gift card. Or do we want to do prize wheel?
Let's do a wheel.
Okay.
I like the wheel.
First
You know
three.
me.
First three people to put it in the chat get put into the prize wheel. First hint, played for both the Flames and Oilers, but just one season in Edmonton. That obviously takes Ladislav Smid out of it, everybody. It also takes Chris Russell and Brett Kulak, James Neal. Yeah, it takes all these guys out of it. Hint number two, since you're going to need it. Forward. He's a forward with a career high of 26 goals. A forward with a career high of 26 goals. Mike Camilleri's actually a hell of a guess, but it's wrong.
Yeah, that is. Funny he played for the Oilers.
For one season.
Yeah.
But his career high has to be above 26 goals.
I feel like he's a 30-goal guy.
I think this next one will give it away. Born in Kindersley, Saskatchewan. He's a prairie boy. He also won the fastest skater at a skills competition in the 1 year he was in Edmonton. He won fastest skater. I remember that. I was like 9 years old, I think. So there's another hint.
Camilleri
did
have 39 goals one season.
Yeah. There's one, there's two, there's three. We got our three. You guys nailed it.
Well done.
All you needed was Kindersley, Saskatchewan to get Curtis Glencross, and you are all getting it. The fourth hint, if you would have needed it, was he also played for Columbus, Anaheim, and Washington. But what do we got there? Natural-born griller, Jaden Dorchester, and McHigh and Dry are the three names that we're going to be putting into our prize wheel.
Okay. Bonus question. Do you know where he played junior hockey?
I do, because I obviously looked at his hockey DB to do this.
Yeah. Where was it?
Brooks Bandits.
Brooks Bandits. Stinky Brooks.
Jaden, McHigh and Dry, natural-born griller.
Spin that
wheel.
This is what game shows should be.
Yeah.
Natural-born griller.
Natural-born gorilla.
Does my Tyler at Oilers Nation email still work?
Yep.
Yes.
Email me, natural-born griller. You can email me, tyler@oilersnation.com, and just say I'm the winner, and I'll get you in touch with our friends at the Sports Closet. You got yourself $25 in a gift card. I think if you're not in Edmonton, I think you can use it online. Don't quote me on that.
Natural-born gorilla. Woo, what was this for? Sports Closet gift card, buddy.
Every home game day edition of the show, we're going to play that game.
So only one this week, and then we won't have one for like 3 more
We can do it Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you want to do it on pre-gaming. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Either way.
Okay.
We can do it Friday or we can do it on pre-gaming, but we'll give one away for every home game day edition of the show. So yeah, Natural Born Griller, shoot me an email, tyler@oilersnation.com. Okay, let's keep cruising along with the show today. We are just all like humming through this thing.
Yeah.
I love Laddie. Shitload of energy. Can we just do like a quote board? Can we do Laddie's face and then like Laddie Schmid on the home opener? Shitload of energy. I think that would be a very good way to promote the show.
I think so too.
Should we talk a little bit about what's coming up tonight? Lineup report and game notes.
Let's get into the Oilers.
Let's get into the Oilers?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. It's brought to you by our friends at Oodle Noodle. Come on. It's not just a one game day. It's a double game day. You need to be home by 5 o'clock for first pitch in the Toronto-New York ALDS game. So you don't have time to cook. Stop by Oodle Noodle today. Get dinner for your whole family, and while you're at it, take advantage of the value menu deal. It's ongoing right now. You can add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, 6 wontons for just $2 with the purchase of any signature or premium box in-store and at oodlenoodle.ca for takeout orders only. The Oilers lineup tonight is this. Connor McDavid centering Leon Draisaitl and Trent Frederick. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins centering Andrew Mangiapane, and the local boy Matt Savoy.
Well done, Matthew.
Noah Philp with Kasperi Kapanen and Vasily Podkolzin coming into the year with a nice extension tucked in his back pocket. Rico, Adam Henrique will center David Tomasek and Ike Howard. Let's go through some takes. Frederick was given this spot right out of the gate next to McDavid and Draisaitl. Did nothing to lose it.
I have no take.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Mangiapane and Savoy, I think is a line that can honestly be trusted all over the ice. It's actually a pretty good second line.
They're small, and they will hound pucks on the wing.
Yeah, small. Don't mistake small with not being mighty.
Mm-hmm.
They can
Like
be
a mouse.
pesky. They'll be pesky.
Yeah.
And
That'll
I
be
also
good. That'll be
think
a good line.
I think a cerebral center like Nuge plays well with kind of two guys who Savoy's a good distributor. Like, he's not a guy who's going to carry the puck into the zone, but I think Mangiapane can almost be that guy. So I like that line.
I like it too. Nuge might score a couple goals on that line.
Philp with Kapanen and Podkolzin. Weirdly enough, I think they're going to trust this line defensively.
I think that is 100% true, and I think that line is quick as fuck.
Yeah, they'll move really well, and they will hit.
Yeah, that is going to be a tough line to play against if they can get clicking.
Yep. Fourth line, Henrique with Howard and Tomasek. Offensive zone starts.
Damn straight.
Here's a fun game. Every time they start in the D zone, take a drink.
I like the line. I do like the way this
think
is
it's
all
fine.
set up, to be honest.
I worry about speed a little bit there.
On the fourth line?
Yeah. But again, depends
But
how
that's
you use
fine.
them.
I think speed, as long they'll be fine because they get the home change, so that'll be good for them.
Yep.
But it's about how they play. Can they play quickly? And I think they're three pretty smart hockey players.
Yeah, I would agree with that. D pairings, pretty straightforward here. Ekholm and Bouchard, Nurse with Regula, Kulak with Emberson. Jake Wallman still injured, for those of you who are wondering in the chat. So he's unavailable tonight. He did skate. Zach Hyman also skated with the team this morning. So positive signs for both those. Wallman will be back, I believe, before either Janmark or Hyman. The return order will be probably Wallman, Janmark, then Hyman.
Agreed.
I do wonder if maybe, and they'll take it easy with Hyman, but it's not like he's coming back from a broken wrist. It's not like he's coming back from something that could like re-tear, if that makes any sense. I wonder if he doesn't come back earlier than November 1. If he's already skating with the team.
I mean, definitely a positive sign. I'd see how the start goes. Like,
Yep.
if things are going well, I wouldn't be too worried about getting him back in the lineup too quickly.
I
If
agree.
he does come back, I think he goes on the second line, though, not the top line.
D pairings, again, I think they're going to be very committed to consistent D pairings this year. And I think that's why you didn't see like Emberson move, like Nurse and Regula, because you want Kulak and Emberson playing together, and you want Ekholm and Bouchard playing together. So it'll just be a simple swap when Wallman's back. Like, I don't think this is a comment of like Regula has a spot higher in the lineup than Emberson. Maybe he can earn it if he gets 2-3 games here and he outplays them.
Yeah.
Like, this is an opportunity for Alec Regula without a doubt. But as it stands right now, I don't think this is a comment on like, ooh, Emberson might be on waivers in a week.
I would completely agree. I think Troy Stetch is the one who needs to be making sure he's playing at his best and competing hard in practice.
People in the chat, he doesn't skate with his wrist, Tyler. He wasn't going out there with no gloves and no stick floating around. He was shooting pucks. Obviously, I know that. Anyways, Stuart Skinner gets the start tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Fired up about that?
Yep, that's
Oh.
it. I mean, remember a few years ago when they started Campbell and they lost 8-1? Just give your damn start at the start.
Yeah, we're not dicking around
let's
at
not
that shit.
beat around the bush on this thing.
Congrats to all of you who had Stuart Skinner night one starter bets for the Oilers on Bet365.
Bang. Looking at it right here.
Cashed.
Crazy that was a bet.
How scared would you be if you find like hour before it's like, oh, Stuart Skinner's sick?
Oh,
That's
that'd
the
be
only
awful.
reason why Pickwood would have been a good one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're betting on an injury or an illness.
Yeah, like, gets tied up a little
Also,
bit.
you mentioned that 8-1 game. That was my first post-game show.
I remember. I wanted to start it midway through the second.
Yeah. That was crazy. What do we get? There's 5 rookies in the lineup. Regula.
Regula's not a rookie.
Yeah.
He won't do a... Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about rookie laps. Like, he won't do a rookie lap.
No, I don't think so. He's played an NHL game
The
before.
only one for a rookie lap will be Ike.
Ike Howard. But in terms of rookies in the lineup, yeah, Regula, Howard, Tomasek, Savoy, Philp. I don't think. Oh, is Philp still considered? Yeah, he's still technically considered a rookie.
I believe so.
So yeah, you're right. 5 rookies in the lineup for the Oilers. The youth movement's here. Put them all together. Call them the kid line.
Except 2 of them are middle-aged.
Yeah, except Noah Phil's 27.
Thomas X, what's he,
29.
Yeah. You'll only see Eichauer doing a rookie lap tonight, I think.
Still be cool, though.
Bucket or no bucket?
You got to go no bucket.
No bucket. David can pay the fine.
So the Oilers put out a really funny video the other day. All the players skating off after practice.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, hey, who do you think's going to score the first goal of the year? And they're all guessing. And it was very funny.
Yeah.
And Tomasik goes, Davo. I'm like, yeah, he's an Oiler.
He's in.
That's how you know they've really accepted him as one of their own. If he's calling him Davo.
And Savoy called Draisaitl Leo.
Yeah.
Boys are in.
They're all best friends already. Everyone loves everyone. Calgary Flames lineup, anyone?
Let's take a peek because there's Cale McCaw's not in the lineup tonight.
Good one, Liam. Nazem Kadri will center a top line with Adam Klapka and Joel Farabee. Surely these aren't real. No, they are. Who the hell's Matt Gridden? He's on the second line with Morgan Frost and Matt Coronado. Gridden is a relatively high pick of theirs that cracked the team out of camp. He's actually been one of the better stories around the league.
I have a futures bet on Matt Coronado.
Ooh, Coronado.
30-goal season.
I think he can get there. He's really good.
He's very good. He's like the only player in this team that is like a legit goal scorer.
Backlund, Zari, Coleman. I bet you they see a lot of Connor and Leon.
I love that third line. I really do. I think that's like a good legit, like we are going to go out there and we're going to work our ass off every shift.
We are going to grind down your best players.
Yeah, I will, a lot of respect for that line.
Justin Kirkland back from his ACL injury. He was one of the better stories in the league last year.
Was.
Kirkland's signature.
I believe he's like 28, 29, isn't he? Yeah.
Yep. And it was his rookie year last year, and he came out of the gates and just scored every second night. It was nuts.
Good for him.
Lomberg with Sharon Govich are the wingers on that fourth line. They're interesting. It would be rude to call them Seattle-esque, but they're a little Seattle-esque.
I think they have...
Oh, Huberto's on IR.
I think they have a few guys. You know, you like to do your guy meter.
Yeah.
You go into a playoff series, like, who's the guys?
Who are the guys?
Kadri's a guy.
30-plus goals last year.
Coronado's a guy.
I like Farabee.
I think Farabee's fine.
Rasmus Anderson's
I wouldn't
a guy.
call him a guy, though. Anderson's a guy. Weegar's a guy. Dustin Wolf's a guy. Coleman's probably a guy. Maybe not.
Should we guy off with the Edmonton Oilers right now?
I mean, the Oilers smoke him and a guy off.
So Huberto's a guy. Nadry's a guy. Coronado's a guy. Anderson's a guy. Weegar's a guy. Wolf's a guy. So they have 6 guys. It's not a bad guy list.
No, where's Morgan Frost?
He's on the second line center. He's not a guy.
Oh, yeah,
though.
he is.
He's not a guy.
Yeah, he's not a guy, sadly. D pairings, Joel Hanley with Mackenzie Weegar. Kevin Ball with Rasmus Anderson. That's actually a pretty good pairing.
That is a good pairing.
Jake Bean with Braden Pachel. So, Zane Parekh, their first-round pick from last year that made the team out of camp, he was dubbed the next Cale Makar by a Flames...
Unknown sources.
Yeah, by unknown sources. Not in the lineup on opening night because they're scared of playing him against Connor and Leon.
Yeah, Eric Francis had a tweet, and he did not openly say they were scared to play him, but he said...
I think they are.
Oh, here's actually a quote from Ryan Husker, the head coach of the Calgary Flames.
I'm scared.
Husker confirms Parekh won't start the season tonight against the Oilers, which has plenty to do with the speed and skill of the Oilers. Those who think this is the wrong decision clearly didn't watch how Parekh struggled defensively throughout the preseason.
Thought he was Cale Makar.
I could have sworn. That's very interesting. I wonder who he is then. Ollie
Yolevi? Is Zane Parekh just Ollie Yolevi? More on this story.
That is, I do respect Husker of having the balls to be like, you're not playing
I'm
tonight.
not doing this, yeah.
Yeah, you're not good enough right now. You're good enough to be here, but you're not good enough to play.
On the topic of the Oilers lineup, Chris Knobloch revealed his forward pairs for the penalty kill.
Yeah, we're in
Let's
deep.
go!
We are in deep.
Henrique with Savoy, love it. Nuge with Mangiapane, makes sense. Draisaitl with McDavid, probably don't see him out there a lot.
They will. I know McDavid became quite the penalty killer in the playoffs.
Yeah. Let's leave it that way.
I don't think those guys are coming out and taking like the opening draw of a penalty kill.
No.
They're probably the second unit out, or I'd imagine one of the other two is the first unit out, and then maybe they come on with like, just say 30, 40 seconds left, or whenever the last face-off probably will be. And then blank comes out of the penalty box, and all of a sudden they have a shift with McDavid and Draisaitl.
I see that. So here's the quote from Knobloch. It will take a while for everyone to read off each other and get used to one another. Just went to our forward duos, and it will take a complete team effort. Last year, we got off to a horrendous start. Yeah.
We did.
Yep, we did.
And in the playoffs, it was awful.
It was really bad. I'm a little bit surprised. And again, game one, we'll probably see him at some point. Noah Philp, I think he'll start penalty killing. I think he's probably got to prove himself in the dot a little bit, but he'll start penalty killing.
Eventually. I think you will as well.
Yeah.
I think it's different position, but Vincent Desharnais came onto this team as a guy who killed a lot in Bakersfield. They didn't just throw him out there right away. Like, it does take time to understand the system and how you want it to play, and he eventually became a really good penalty killer for the Oilers. So I do suspect Philp will find a role on the PK too at some point.
All right. There's your lineup for tonight, complete with PK duos.
I do think Podkolzin maybe could be a guy who sneaks
Podkolzin Philp?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, why not? Why not? Oilers to beat the Flames in 4 straight season openers. That was your game note?
That is my game note. They had the one we talked about with Vladdy, McDavid hat trick, Jordan Eberle goal, and 2 more before that.
Nice. Giddy up.
Do we have the Eberle goal? Let's take a look.
Let's a little trip down memory lane.
Jim Vandermeer off the boards.
Classic Jimbo.
Jordan Eberle picks it up at the blue line.
Might have been
Coming
offside.
In.
Good thing there were no
goal.
reviews.
Who did he take that around? That's such a nice goal.
So sick.
God, this is the first Oilers game I ever watched.
That's insane.
Yeah, like the first regular season game, and I'm being like, oh my gosh, like that is crazy.
And it was all downhill
Smid
from
had an
there.
assist in this game. Horkoff scored. Hemsky scored. I think Eberle had 2, right?
We declared the rebuild over.
Oh, how could you not?
Dude, when you got a guy like Jim Vandermeer out here doing this, who was that defenseman on the Flames? Oh, that's just so sick.
I actually have the box score. I had the box score. Oh, let me see if I can find
The
it.
3 of us watched the TSN joke story of Horkoff being like, he looked off the captain in this moment, and Taylor Hall going, this was my debut. All I got is this for a memory now.
Shout out Ryan Rashog.
Yeah.
It was
playing a
hilarious.
role in that.
Oh, Rashad got a couple bangers back in those TSN days.
But what much else was happening? That was good.
So what year was this again? 2012?
2010.
Oh, yeah. Hall's debut. Yeah,
Hall's
2010.
debut.
66 was TJ Brody. And I can't quite catch the number on the bottom there, but it might be number 4. I think
Corey Sarich?
I think it was Jay Bowmeister. We'll
No.
just say it here a little bit.
He's
If
not
that's
tall
number
enough.
4, it's a single digit. It's either
Is it Chris Russell?
No, the defensemen were Ian White, Jay Bowmeister, Mark Giordano, Adam Pardy, and Robin Regia.
Might be Adam Party.
Adam Pardy won number 7.
Or no.
Number 6.
Is that Gio?
6 isn't a number. It's 3, 4, 5, and 7.
Who's 5?
5 is Giordano.
That might be 5.
And who did we say it was? TJ Brody? I don't know, because this is a power play.
Is that a 3 or a 5? I can't even.
Any single-digit forwards?
Oh, who is number 3? Ian White?
Yeah, but this is a power play.
Yeah,
this is
but-
short-handed goal.
Yeah, but this is no bucket. No visor is Ian White.
On the power play?
Yeah, I think he was pretty decent. Ian White definitely didn't wear a bucket.
He did
Ian-
finish -1 that night. It takes off Adam Pardy because he was even.
I cannot tell who
Could have been
that
on the
is.
ice for. Oh no, they won shutout.
They won 4-0.
Yeah, so definitely takes Party out of the
Number
mix.
3, okay, it's Ian. Oh well, we could just. What hand is he? That would probably help.
Oh,
wouldn't
dude,
it?
this is totally Ian White.
Is it?
Right-handed defenseman. Yeah, it's Ian White. It's
Okay.
definitely. Yeah, people are saying it's Ian White.
There you go. Shout
Was
out
it
Ian White.
Hamannik? No.
No, not.
Yeah, it was
Adam.
1000% Ian White.
Right-handed from Steinbach, Manitoba. Ian
Yeah,
White.
I googled Ian White Calgary. There's a CTV journalist who's named Ian White in Calgary.
Oh.
So that was all that was coming up. All right, what else did?
Wow, Ian White traded twice that season. He played for Calgary, Carolina, and San Jose. There you
Damn.
go. A lot of time spent on Ian White today.
Didn't think we'd get there on our first game day edition of the show,
So either.
but that's the beauty of this show. Dude laying on the ice. Let me just spread eagle and wing it from Lydia. Yeah, honestly, he was played that horribly. Just awful.
Who gets Travis Hammond?
Yeah, like it's 2010. Can you imagine? You come onto the big screen. So like the Oilers win that game 4-0. Eberle has that goal. Everyone's all fired up.
Yeah.
And you come onto the Jumbotron from the future, holding up like a newspaper from 2018, and you're just like, We don't make the playoffs for 7 more years. Fuck.
Yeah, that would be a tough one. There was
God damn it.
there was
What?
3 fights that game. Ryan Jones versus Maya. That was within 5 minutes of the game starting. First period. Second period, Theo Peckham fought Tim Jackman.
That is
Sorry, there was
fight.
4 fights. Colin Fraser fought Sutter.
Can you go to hockeyfights.com and get one of these?
And then Steve McIntyre obviously had to get in on the action for Ivanus.
Raditas Ivanis?
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Remember, because
Wow.
McIntyre knocked him out in that preseason game.
Oh, yeah.
So he wanted his revenge.
That's right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the Teddy Peckman, Tim Jackman fight. I bet you that's probably the best of the bunch. McIntyre Ivanin is a good one. As the new hockey fights guy, I knew that. Yeah, damn right, Brett.
There you go, Brad. Thanks for still watching.
Kipper's in goal. I don't think Kipper was that Kipper.
It was the Bulin Wall at one end, tell you that much. It
Yeah.
was Kippersoff. He had a 879 save percentage on there.
Someone said the one punch. I think the one punch is from the preseason.
I don't think it was.
I think that was the
I mean,
revenge.
it could have been.
Ivanis was like, you know what? CTV ain't hitting yet, big boy. They dropped the gloves one more time.
CTV.
CTE?
Oh, I thought you said CTV.
No. The concussion injury, the brain injury. Yeah, ended his career pretty much.
Yeah, too bad.
Boo! Brett, go find it. He said he posted the McIntyre fight yesterday on Hockey Fights.
Oh, Brett's saying it was.
Oh,
that
it was
fight.
this night? Damn.
Well, will we see over under 3.5 fights tonight?
If I set the line at half and said it was even money, would you take it? Like who? Like Dark?
is Regula? Does he fight?
No. Eli, you're shaking your head. Yes.
Eli's in.
Who
Eli's in
would-
on the fight.
so it's like Nurse or Podkolzin got to fight someone.
Nurse will fight from Eli. Okay, why not Nurse Kevin?
Nurse versus Anderson. They hate each other.
Kevin Ball.
Yeah, maybe Nurse versus Kevin Ball. I don't know if Kevin Ball fights.
But with Wallman out, maybe not.
Fair. I don't want anyone to break their hand. Oh, Ryan Lomberg. He'll chuck him with someone.
Yeah, but he's a little boy. Little guy. Shouldn't say little boy.
Little bro ass.
Frederick, yeah, that's a good one from Dex.
Nah, Freddie's top line winger, bro. He ain't leaving the ice for 5. He has a chance with Connor and Leon. You think he's going to go sit in the box for 5 minutes?
Maybe if something happens, maybe he just starts feeding him to Rasmus Anderson.
Is this the McIntyre knockout?
This is Teddy Peckman.
Oh, this is Peckman. Let's go.
Tim Jackman was a heavyweight.
Oh, yeah.
They're not done yet. They're not
Right
done.
back up. Way to go to the rest.
This is when linesmen were linesmen. Damn
Yeah.
it. Let the boys chuck. Let them go.
I've already been punched in the head.
There
And
we
I've
go.
had 2 other fights. I'm not getting in there again.
I give Jackman won the fight, but if there was like some sort of a spread, Peckman covered the spread.
Yeah, why not?
Theo Peckham. I keep calling him doing the Don Cherry Peckman. Teddy
Peckman.
Peckman.
Teddy Peckman.
Oakville, Ontario. Look at him. There's a defenseman. It's not even a sentence. It's just Don screaming.
He's a defenseman.
You're 12 years old eating dinner on a Saturday night. Dad's got the TV turned up way too loud because Don's on. That's at least my memories of it.
Teddy Peckman played
No,
in
that's
the
pretty much
NHL
exactly what I remember.
and the ECHL and the AHL one season. But the best part about it, he only played 4 games for each team. He played 4 games for the San Francisco Bulls. He played 4 games for the Oilers. And he played 4 games for OKC that year. And he had 1 point.
All right.
What a stat.
OKC Barons.
Yeah, what a roster.
Terrible. Let's get to, we're going to go long today a little bit maybe. First game day of the year. We have so much fun on these.
Okay.
So many people watching. Do you have stuff to do?
I just have to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
But I can
well, like
wait.
10 more minutes.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fine. I'm good.
All right, what's trending for our friends at Greta? We're going to get to our game day bets in a bit, but Greta hosting tonight's watch party. Brett, Aaron, the whole crew going to be down at Greta right in the heart of downtown Edmonton. Arcade bar, street food, and elite TV setup. You can get there for 5 o'clock. Go baseball right into hockey tonight. That is awesome.
That's
The
exactly
drink
what I'm going to be
specials,
doing. They even got food specials. Everything on the menu can be down a couple of shillings today. So let's go.
That is very good. They have like a hat trick promo too. If someone gets a hattie, it's going to be a lot of fun down at Greta tonight. So if you're looking for a place to watch the game, go watch the boys.
Also, we're there on Saturday as well.
Oh,
If you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll show you nuts.
Okay. Let me get on your solo shot.
Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Yeah, Saturday tonight, Greta. It's a place to be. Weekday, weekend. Let's go. Here's what's trending. The Blue Jays lost yesterday, and I'm very upset about it. I was in a bad place last night.
Oh, yeah, they really blew that.
You know who else is upset that the Jays lost?
Who?
Sidney Crosby.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Lazarus, our crack Rangers reporter and one half of Morning Cup of Hockey. We'll have him on the show next week when the Oil play the Rangers. He got a great video of they played the Judge home run on the big screen at MSG during Penguins Rangers, and Sid was watching it. So Laz got to ask him a question about it after the game. Let's take a listen.
I did see you glance up at that Aaron Judge home run when they showed it on the Jumbotron. Are you pulling for the Jays? I know you're a big baseball guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard not to. Obviously it's pretty much a whole country cheering for them. So, always cool to see them in the playoffs. And I heard the crowd, and then I heard the Jumbotron. I figured something was coming from that game, and I think it was 6-6. Yeah, for that. So I don't know what it is now, but I'll definitely be following.
You don't want to know, Sid.
All good, Sid.
Yep, Sid, it ended 6-6. They
Don't
called it a
check
tie.
the score.
Yeah. I love that Sid's in on the Jays bandwagon.
I just love Sid.
Every time I see him in a locker room stall, though, I just think of the time he had the mumps. Can you pull up that photo?
Definitely.
Remember when he got the mumps? And like the whole league had the fucking mumps. How does the whole league get the mumps?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Like teams had to get like mass vaccinated.
Yeah.
And no one complained and said the liberals are making them do it. They just got the vaccine
Well,
and then everyone stopped getting the mumps.
When Sid leads the way, we all listen.
Sid didn't have to get vaccinated because he got the mumps.
I don't think he's ever going to leave Pittsburgh. I came to that conclusion yesterday.
No, you can't leave somewhere when you have the scars of the mumps.
True.
That's something you go through that with an organization. You stay there for life.
Stick through it.
Yeah, you stick through it. Can you
was
pull?
crazy.
Do you have the phone?
it's covered.
Aaron's working hard. Look at
Whoa!
this. And they were like, yeah, Sid, go do your media avail.
Looks like a character from Star Trek. Jeez.
That looks like photoshopped.
It's like he's got a mouthful of gumballs on one side right there. Oh, poor guy.
There's also that. Okay, so I see any image of Sid, I think of when he had the mumps. And then I see this picture and I think of that year, the 24/7 Winter Classic show. There was a scene where Sid and Fleury are on the plane. They're playing on their PSPs.
Oh, yeah.
And Ben Lovejoy got hit in the face right before.
yeah.
And he like leans over the seat and he's like, guys, is it bad? And the air pressure made his face like twice the size.
Sid's like, ooh, Benny. Ooh, man. Like, that's tough.
He just goes back to playing like Crash Bandicoot or whatever on his flight. Oh, man.
Is it bad?
Had the fucking mumps. Anyways, shout out to Johnny Lazarus.
Johnny's good. Johnny's really good.
So I took points 1 and 2 in what's trending. You
just
want?
watch the Ben Lovejoy video.
Did you find it, Aaron? Can you find it?
I just typed in Ben Lovejoy, and it's just the #1 video on Twitter.
Can you guys tell I got hit? You had point number 3 on what's trending.
What did I put? Cody CC continues to be bad. We've talked about these a few times now, but some hockey stats or whatever they're called put out those bar graphs of games. Here it is. Thanks, Aaron.
Oh boy.
Cody CC's last, and I always measure this off. If you have stuff on the right, it's good. Stuff on the left, bad. Everything for CC's on the left. Tough night for Cody CC. -2. Didn't look good. Brian Dumoulin at least showed a little bit going forward. Joel Edmondson, just a big guy. The LA Kings don't look great. I'll tell you that much. Brent Clark, God, I hate that guy. If you watched the game last night, you know exactly what I'm referring to. I don't need to go into it, but tough one for the...
Don't worry. Dumoulin and CC only making a combined $8.5 million for the next 3 years.
And that's why you keep Brett Kulak.
That's why Ekholm at $4 million is more than fine.
Yeah,
More than fine.
That's a good way of putting it, too.
I still think it's... Oh, here we go.
Ooh, Benny.
You're not going to be able to hear it, but you'll get the pan here.
Oh, look at his face. Jeez,
Look at a young Sid.
Oh, man. Fleury
When did
looks
they cut
exactly
to him?
the same.
They said the pressure would make it grow.
It did. Oh, man. I think he is the mumps.
His face is so big.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, I used to love those Road to the Winter Classics.
I used
Yeah,
to
they
love
were
my
fun.
PSP.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I did too. The Roads to the Winster Classic were good, but then they just started picking the same teams every year to play in them,
Yeah.
and it just got lame.
But that was like the first time you got that kind of access.
Totally, yeah.
So that was so like,
And that's why Oil Change was actually good.
Yeah.
Because you got to like watch your team a little bit. Watch
Yep.
Dustin Penna get traded while I was playing ping pong.
I remember Oil Change started coming out like right when PVRs started becoming a thing.
Oh, yeah.
So like I'd always have all the oil changes PVR'd, but also PVRs weren't advanced enough where you could set like only new recordings. So I'd just go in it because that's what Sportsman would play like overnight.
Yeah.
So you would I'd look at the PVR, I'd be like 48 episodes of Oil Change. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, PSP the GOAT.
Yeah.
Shut
the
up.
original, what are they called now? Switch.
Yeah, the original Switch. But with good sports games.
Yeah.
I remember
PlayStation was ahead.
NHL 07 came out on the PSP and I played that a ton.
Yep, Madden 07. That
I
was
had
the
FIFA
07
That's
realm.
funny. I had FIFA 07.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What I liked about the PSP was you could turn it off in the middle of a game and then turn it back on.
was right
You'd
where
be
you
in the
were.
middle of your drive,
Yeah.
the middle of the game. Didn't
Yeah.
matter.
It was good.
That was
I
sweet.
used to play GTA Vice City Stories on my PSP.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. I was old
Okay, was
enough.
that?
Yeah.
Lance said I jailbroke my PSP so I could play old Nintendo games on it. You always had that one kid in your class with he had like a duct tape wallet and would be like, "Want me to jailbreak your iPod?" He'd be like, "No, I don't
Like
want
was
that."
with his Game of Thrones wallet.
I did it once and it ruined my iPod.
Yeah, she said, "I don't want you to touch my iPod, weird kid." Anyways, shout out to Lance for jailbreaking his PSP. That just made me think of kids who would jailbreak their iPods. Are the New York Rangers good or bad? Might be bad.
I think they're bad. I don't think they're good. I'll tell you that much.
I saw some Rangers fans already, game 1 of the year. JT Miller better be hurt.
I think
Dialed
they'll
in.
be fine. Ultimately, they're obviously got a lot of good players, but I didn't watch much of this game. From what I did see, the Penguins won't be as bad as we're all making them out to be.
Some of their young guys were actually pretty good.
Man, Hunter Brunicki is such a good player. Is that his first name? Harrison, sorry. And Kindle, another good player. He will probably go back to the Calgary Hitmen. Brunicki will probably stick, I would imagine.
Sorry, Lance just goes, I also had a duct tape wallet.
But they're just a very well-coached team. I think they'll win quite a few more games than we're expecting. They will not finish last in that division.
Dan Muse. That's the most NPC head coach in the league.
Do you know who will finish last? The Flyers. I think the Flyers will be bad this season.
I think their goaltending is just awful.
The
Awful,
worst.
awful.
The worst.
Awful.
I also think Rick
Oh.
Tocchet is a bad coach.
Yeah, I think he wears on guys really fast. I think Trevor Zegras is going to get to January and be like, I'm good.
Might get to the end of October.
Lance, let me tell you, the duct tape ruins your cards.
Also, I don't know if this is real, but it was in our where we share graphics and things.
Oh, yeah, that was real.
That's wild.
Johnny boy.
I want
Everyone
in.
should start tuning into Morning Cup Hockey.
That's $100 USD. Also, where's Johnny Lazarus get off on risking $1,000 with no upside?
That's what Johnny does.
That's fair. That's fair.
It makes me laugh.
Okay, let's get to some bets for our friends at Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. The Edmonton Oilers opening tonight as minus 225 favorites. They are plus 115 on the puck line. The puck line means you got to win by 2 or more. The 5 Oilers with the best odds of scoring a goal tonight. You have Leon Draisaitl minus 110. Insane.
Yeah, it would be his 400th career goal.
Interesting. He'll get it then. Connors plus 105. Nuge plus 230. Trent Frederick plus 300. Matt Savoy comes in at number 5 on the board at plus 325. I'd be a little interested in Mangiapane plus 375. Oh, is that on Boardsy's bankroll tonight? That's good. That's good.
I'll say this, and I mean this sincerely. Don't get dragged into the Connor Brown hype again. We all did this against Vancouver a couple of years ago. Connor Brown, plus 400. Surely he'll get a goal. He's going to score 20 this season. Let it play out, guys. Let's bet
I
responsibly.
don't need you to
here.
start with that energy right now, Liam. If I want to do that, I'm good.
What's Trent Frederick?
Plus 300.
What's Mangiapane?
Plus 375.
Trent Frederick is the bet. Like, if you're going to pick one out of the two, one's playing on the top line, one's playing next to Nugent Savoy, might get bumped down for ball
Trent
goal.
Frederick point plus 135.
There you go.
Just getting
That's
it
what-
banked
that's
off
what we're
his
talking
shin
about.
pad or something.
Yeah.
I just like the Mangiapane Nuge.
I
duo
like
they're
it
building
too.
Here. I got some high hopes for that.
Yeah.
Manja.
Hey, bada boom, bada bing.
Nice.
Hey, pa, they got more garlic bread. Game day betting challenge. I've seen that commercial too many times.
For those curious too, Draisaitl 44 points away from 1,000.
Maybe won't get it tonight. Okay. Game day betting challenge. Jay isn't here, but he'll be here for the other game day shows throughout the season.
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them. So we're going to keep doing our game day betting challenge. Track the units, see who comes out first. Our wager for who's going to come in last. I
Was
said it.
set by Tyler because he just wants to damage his reputation of every bet he ever makes.
So hand up. I kind of just said this off the cuff. Didn't really think it through.
No shit.
Whoever comes last has to get a spray tan for our first playoff show.
Liam really didn't want it. He doesn't want to do
Well,
it.
like I do a lot of stuff outside of this job that involves me being in public and having a different side of me, and that is a busy time of year.
Wear a balaclava.
Yeah, that'll help.
Shiesty mask.
Yeah, just
I'm just not doing anything crazy at all. Like I was talking to Aaron. I was like, I might try and go like 82-0 and just do like minus 300 bucks.
Leon Dress at a one shot. Leon Dress at a one shot.
Like, stupid stuff that's just gonna like get me a win. So obviously this is based off units won, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I just hate it because I know Jay is just gonna hit one of his stupid bets. He's gonna go 2-80, and then one of us who actually like play this game correctly is gonna have like a winning record and be like, oh, you only won 7 units this year because Jay won 140. I cannot believe you've done this to us. I'm upset about it, and I hope it's coming across that way. I would honestly, I would rather have a scoop of cat food.
Yeah, it's true. Liam did say that earlier.
I truly would.
This is only going to make the bit better, though, that I can see how much disdain Liam has for this.
It's just a bad bet. Like, it's a bad bet. Because the other side of it, too, is you get nothing for winning.
McDowell's, that was pretty good.
The loser has to try to get a hole in one for 24 hours.
That would be a fun one. That's just bad idea. But anyway, here's our bets. Show mine first, Aaron.
Okay, we'll do Liam's first. And there it is.
Just don't lose.
There you go. Oilers to win McDavid 2 points. You can expect this bet probably every single week.
I'm pretty similar to it. McDavid 2, Leon 2, money line plus 200. Big guns, you got to back them. Giddy up. If Jay's bet hits, ours probably will too. So that's actually maybe a positive in all this.
No, because I would be last.
I know, but like, not by a lot. It's a long season. Frederick and money line at plus 400 is Jay's bet. There you go. Oh man,
okay. Look, I want to put a rule in place for this too.
Yeah.
If you miss a show, you lose the units for that episode. Like not like if he doesn't, like Jay's missing today's show, that's fine. But if he doesn't get his betting on time or anyone, it is minus a unit. Okay.
Deal. I'm fine with that.
12 noon.
That's got to be in my 12
on
noon.
the producer's desk.
Unless you're in the show.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You wouldn't look that bad with a spray tan.
I just don't want to go out of my way to pay for my own spray tan.
We'll
And,
find
like,
someone in the chat who can do it for free.
There's levels of spray tan as well, correct?
I'll be getting one that's basically like a slight glaze. You'll do it. Thanks, Eli. You get my back?
All right. There you go. That's our betting preview. Someone asked for my Jays bet tonight.
Win.
Just fucking win, you asshole.
I'll tell you this, Tyler. The Edmonton Oilers were up 2-0 against the Vegas Golden Knights, and they had a devastating Game 3 defeat. You remember it. Seconds left on the clock. Less than a second, I think it was. And they came back and they kicked the shit out of them for 2 more games.
They did. I didn't see that coming.
So you'll be fine. Tomorrow, we'll be talking about the Jays going on to the ALCS to play the Seattle Mariners. Right? They're in the same division?
Yeah, it'd be either the Mariners or Tigers. Probably the Mariners.
Mariners. I'm in on the Mariners. That would be fun.
Would you trust anyone in this chat to give you a spray tan? Maybe someone in this chat either runs or has like a wife or girlfriend who works as a spray tanner, and they'll just let us come in really quick and get sprayed.
Would be,
we just need like top belly button up.
Lance
Torso.
Kane's got this new jailbroken version of his spray tan. He got to apply it himself.
Yeah, anyone but Lance is allowed to give us. My favorite bets for tonight for the Blue Jays. Last time they used Varland as an opener, it was one of their last games of the regular season. Bet him to go over 1.5 strikeouts. He's only going to face 9 hitters.
Where'd they get him from?
Mini at the deadline.
Okay. Sure.
He's only going to face 9 hitters. Over 1.5 Ks is plus 150. He can get that.
Why is he not their closer?
He's young still. I think he will be one day.
Okay.
But they still have Hoffman for a couple more years, and they pay him a ton. So, Jays are plus 150. So, like, if you parlayed those two, it's pretty good. Vladdy's on another level right now. So it pisses me off about last night.
Home run right away.
Oh, like you're up 6-1 and you lost.
So but, can you walk me through what happened with Shane Bieber? Like, was he playing better, or do you think that was just part of the script?
No, he didn't have his stuff. Like, he wasn't pitching well. But what pissed me off about it in the moment, I got raked on Twitter for it. My mentions were a mess because the Gate 14 guy quote tweeted me when I was like, I don't like pulling the starter at this point because you knew you had a bullpen day coming today. So try to keep your bullpen guys fresh. And also, the last pitch Bieber threw was a strike. The ump just didn't give him the call. That's why I was pissed off. Like, I would have let Bieber in. I don't think you acquire a Cy Young winner just to be like, you get to pitch 3 innings and then you're out. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways.
Seems like a similar mistake they made against Minnesota however many years ago.
Yeah, like not quite. Like, that was more scripted. This was more like feel in the moment, which is why I think fans aren't that mad about it. But still, I didn't love it. The Yankees today for their lineup are going just lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty the whole way. So they're going to make it hard for the Jays to time up when they're bringing in certain bullpen arms. Jays, this one's interesting too. Putting Barger right back in the lineup hitting 4th. He obviously had the really bad air in the game yesterday. Dropped a pop fly, and then 2 batters later, Judge hit a game-tying 3-run home run.
Yep.
So they're going right back to him, though, which I like.
Counter it out, don't you, with that Cody Bellinger mistake?
Yeah, he dropped the ball, too. So. Putting Santander in right field, don't love. I'd rather have Springer out there, but whatever.
Why? I thought Santander was, like, not a fielder.
I mean, he's really not, but Springer doesn't like to DH, and they like putting Santander in right over Springer because then late in the game they can pinch,
right,
or they can sub him out.
So how are we looking? So give me the lineup, just in the field. I don't need the batting lineup.
So outfield is Varsho in center, Lucas in left, Santander in right.
Okay.
Barger at 3, Jimenez at short, Clement at 2, Vladdy at 1, Kirk catching, Springer DHing. Varland on the bump. He'll go 9 hitters probably, or until he gets into trouble. And then Eric Lauer will get the bulk.
So is that 9 hitters on 3 innings? Or is it legit?
He's going to go 9 hitters. I think you let him go through the order once.
Gotcha.
And I don't know, maybe if there's a world where, like, if he's dialed, maybe they let him face, like, Judge and Stanton one more time because his fastball plays well against him, and those guys hit lefties well. So maybe you see him through a couple more, but that's best case scenario.
And then Eric Lauer, one more question. He was a star in a year, but he only gets like 5 innings typically, right? So this should give them like a stretch of like, we don't have to use like 6 arms tonight, just for example.
Yeah, it'll all depend on how Lauer's pitching.
Okay.
But like, there's a world where Lauer gets you through the order twice.
Okay, nice.
And then again, you're hoping that 3 times through the order is like 6 innings.
Okay, 6, 7.
6 and a bit. Like that, I'm mapping out best case scenario. In all likelihood, it's Varland once through, Lauer once through, and then you're getting to your high leverage guys already. Cool. Like, you're probably going to be getting to them in the 4th inning. And you're just, again, it's going to be a Yariel Rodriguez to Sir Anthony Dominguez to Jeff Hoffman, and cross your fingers and hope these guys can. You're piecing together the game is what you're doing.
Okay, let's do it. I'm in. Go Jays.
5 o'clock Jays start, 8 o'clock Oilers start.
Whew.
Probably an 8:20 Oilers start if we're being honest.
Ugh.
So I'm trying to time up because I'm going to the game with my dad. Trying to time up when do we leave the house?
7.
When do I get picked up?
35.
Yeah, I think so, right. Like, I feel like you can park if you have a 10-minute walk to the stadium. You can probably park at like 8.
Bo Bichette jogging on the field at Yankee Stadium.
If they make the ALCS, he'll play. You can't bring him back in the series.
Ty, you also don't want to miss McDavid's intro tonight.
That's actually a good point.
That.
Okay, so maybe first pitch 5:08, leave at 7:08, watch the game in the car, get there 7:40ish. Yeah, should be good. Hopefully this is just like Jays Dyson, and they win this thing 4-0 in 2.5 hours.
I'll be the eternal optimist here that they have been absolutely dicing that Yankees team up until 6-1 and all went wrong, but they've been dominating they've dominated stretches of the first 3 games.
Yeah, you're right.
And how about that jump from Vladdy yesterday? That slide?
That was crazy.
My goodness.
He's the man.
He was moving.
Tommy must have hurt when he landed.
All right, that is a wrap. on our first game day edition of the show. Edmonton, Calgary, and at BOA, 8 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to break it all down. Aaron's live with your pre- and post-game coverage tonight right here on the Oilers Nation YouTube. Also, the post-game show is available as a podcast.
Damn right it is. 7 p.m. We're going live for pregame. And come on down to Greta if you want tonight as well as Saturday. We got some hot takes. We got Boardsy's Bankroll. We're back. Can't wait to talk with you guys all. I miss you all very dearly.
Again, Oilers Nation After Dark, find it wherever you get your podcast from. It auto-downloads, so the next morning when you're driving into work, you can just use that as your morning show. It works great. All right, that's a wrap. Shout out to Jeff Marek. Shout out to Ladislav Smid for bringing the energy for us today. Enjoy the hockey game tonight. We're finally back at Rogers Place, and the games mean something. We'll be back tomorrow, noon Mountain. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Everyday, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.